The seed of the South Park phenomenon was sown in 1991 in the same fertile ground as countless other off-color ideas.
And it's called college.
Let me tell you about American history.
I had a Japanese roommate, and I just turned the tape recorder on and said, tell me what you know about American history.
Columbus found this continent in 1492, and he started killing many Indians.
A crass Christmas story soon followed in 1992, and with it came the first incarnation of South Park.
Don't put the magic hat on the snowman. Why? Because if you do, he's gonna come to life.
And they put the hat on Frosty, and Frosty comes alive and starts running around killing kids.
I told you not to put that hat on Frosty's head.
We met Brian Graydon in LA, and we said, hey, look at this thing we did in college, and he loved it.
And so I just picked that video up and sent that around to maybe, I don't know, 200-300 people, and believe it or not, I didn't get much of a reaction.
Our savior.
Flash forward to a year later, we had the idea that we would do a Christmas card again, but they wanted to do something based on those same characters, but original.
Hanukkah sucks. Don't you oppress me, fat boy. Don't call me fat, butt. Then don't belittle my people, you fat ass.
It was 1995, and the second coming of the South Park Christmas card featured a battle for the ages.
This time we finish it. There can be only one.
Jesus versus Santa. The twisted greeting was first sent to a modest mailing list.
Somewhere between 30 and 50 are all that were mailed out originally.
Go, Santa! Go, Jesus!
But word of mouth carried it much further.
He sent it to all his friends, and they sent it to their friends.
From there, obviously, it was spread rapidly.
With Jesus and Santa butting heads, there was only one logical choice to keep the peace. Brian Boitano.
Someone say my name?
I was the last person to see it, and I got a video made from a friend of a friend.
What incredible irony! It's my Boitano!
What's going on, kid?
Other than giving me a lisp that I don't have, I thought the whole scene was funny.
Brian, who would you help in a fight? Jesus or Santa Claus?
Kids, you shouldn't think of things like that.
I looked at it and I thought, do people think that I'm a goody two-shoes or what?
Bye!
And so a TV pilot was about to be born.
How would you like to have your own show and make 100 more of them?
Matt and Trey absolutely wanted to do the show they wanted to do.
Kitty's being a dildo!
Well, then I know a certain cutie kitty who's sleeping with Mommy tonight.
What?
We all wanted to use the kind of language we wanted to use to take on the topics that would ultimately be kind of controversial.
We get a deal to make a pilot episode to see if it can work in 20 minutes.
I dreamt that I was lying in my bed, in the dark, when all of a sudden this bright blue light filled the room.
These guys, they like to lead with their best foot forward. Let's start with the anal probe.
I was lying on a table, and these scary aliens wanted to operate on me.
Cartman gets abducted by the aliens, and they're going, dude, like, did they use an anal probe on you?
What's an anal probe? No, they didn't use an anal probe. I know it was just a dream. I know I didn't have an anal probe, and I know that I am not under alien control.
I love to sing about the moon and the June and the Sue.
Son of a bitch.
We tested the pilot in a traditional television focus group.
They didn't understand it. They were circling all the, like, not recommended, don't watch it, don't like it.
It was absolutely the lowest rated focus group I had ever been in.
Dude, change the channel. This is too depressing.
And it just tanked. I mean, people were irate because focus groups are like 40-year-old women in Barstow.
We don't like this show. Shh, okay? Old people need to be quiet right now.
They were not just like, this show's bad, but like, if you ever put this on the air, we'll find you and kill you.
Cartman, there's an 80-foot satellite dish sticking out of your ass. Sure, you guys, whatever.
That was one of our big low points, was we had worked that hard, and we actually had shirts made that said check minus on it.
God damn it, I hate check minus.
Sit down.
Check minus is just always what you got in school. The best part about check minus is that it isn't like an F or it isn't like a 0. It's like you did it, you turned it in, and it just wasn't good enough.
But inexplicably, the pilot's poor showing didn't deter the network execs.
And they're like, guys, you didn't get a check minus. We all got a check minus.
And they sort of went through what some of the issues were, and they said, but let's go ahead and make the show.
What?
And I remember just sort of being stunned, but they knew they had something special.
I knew it would be funny one day.
The camera shoots one frame at a time. So, all we gotta do is put the right mouth on, according to what syllable they're pronouncing at that frame. Easy.
With the show approved, producers soon faced their first obstacle, their own production methods.
We shoot that for one frame, okay? One. That's 1/24 of a second of our movie already shot. Kick ass.
We had done the pilot on construction paper, and that took months and months and months.
1, 2.
Each frame has to be actually clicked off and shot.
So how much done is that? We wish you a merry.
It's the most tedious thing in the whole world.
We just about killed ourselves.
We did the entire first episode of South Park like that.
Okay, the shot is finally set up.
The show's producers quickly realized their preschool techniques needed an upgrade.
I'm sick of making this stupid cartoon, and we're never gonna finish it anyways. Screw you guys. I'm going home.
We realized we had to take the process from construction paper to computer.
So we decided incredibly naively to build this never-before-tested computer animation studio.
The computers that make South Park make Jurassic Park.
It takes about 8 to 10 months to do one Simpsons episode.
Holy crap, dude!
But South Park, well, it takes 5 days.
The faster turnaround allowed South Park to become something other cartoons couldn't. Timely and topical.
Ladies and gentlemen of the UN, we have evidence that Saddam Hussein is up there building weapons of mass destruction.
We can take whatever's in the news and we can immediately inject it into a story.
Remember when life used to be simple and cool? Not really.
Even after 9/11 happened, I mean, a month later, we just did a show about Osama bin Laden.
Uh-oh.
We feel like our fans hold us to a pretty high standard, and we just felt like they are going to expect us to say something because we're the one show that would.
They were able to mine all of the things that were going on, from Stan's mom lying in front of CNN, just zombified.
Sharon, you've been watching CNN for about 8 weeks now. Don't you want to watch something else?
To taking bin Laden and really vilifying him.
Dude, it's called deodorant, okay? It's not expensive.
Basically, the whole last 5 minutes is Cartman really playing the role of a Bugs Bunny, just messing with Osama bin Laden.
Hey, look, an infidel!
Oh, Peter, come up!
So that's what this is all about. Hey, you squatty ass shit! What the is wrong with you? You must be some kind of to be able to ignore a crying child! Whoa, dude!
The animation issues may have been easily resolved, but the language issues were just beginning.
Comedy Central's had a problem a lot with the cursing.
You like to Hey, Wendy, what's up?
It took us a few episodes to figure out, like, oh, you can't say damn it on TV?
Damn it!
That was just the stuff we thought was funny. But then, you know, once it got going, we realized that, like, that is the stuff that's funny.
Damn it! Damn it! Damn it! Ow, that hurt your butt!
I remember when we did a show where Cartman was a Vietnamese prostitute.
$8! You give me $8, soldier boy!
The network said we couldn't have Cartman saying, sucky, sucky, $5.
Sucky, $5.
I think the biggest problem that the network had with Cartman's line, sucky, sucky, was the fact that it's a little boy.
Sucky, sucky, $10.
They said, okay, you can say it one time. And we came back and said, how about if we say it 7 times? Just 7 times.
Sucky, sucky, $5.
And they said, no, you can say it 3 times. And we went back and forth, which is one of the most ridiculous arguments I've ever been a part of. And we ended up with, I think we could say it 5 times, which is really what we wanted anyway.
In one episode, South Park was given leeway with the S word.
Tonight, on Cop Drama, on TV, they're gonna say...
And they used it 162 times, which is 162 times more than we're allowed. So you'll have to use your imagination.
They're gonna say shit on television? You can't say shit on television. It was just on the news. People are freaking out, dude.
NYPD Blue was one of the big, you know, police dramas. There was a big deal that one week they were going to say the word
Holy shit.
and it actually made the press, like this week on NYPD Blue. They're going to say
Last night, the daring and bold show Cop Drama broke new ground by saying on television.
and you watch the thing and the guy goes, hey, it happens.
Wow.
Whoa.
They began to wonder, dealing with our standards and practices department, you know, why is this appropriate and that is not?
Why do we become obsessed over a word when we should become obsessed over the issue?
We called the network and we said, hey, we got a great first episode for this run. We're going to say a bunch. And they were just like, No.
Maybe you didn't hear me, Kyle. I said
So I said, all right, you know what? Let's do it. The advertisers will have a problem with it, but let's do it. I had no idea it was going to be 162
But then they find out that a curse word really is a cursed word. So now that everyone's saying the world becomes cursed and they've got to learn not to say and then they're going, okay.
Look, it's all about context.
Our advertisers didn't complain, our viewers didn't complain, the media didn't complain.
So please, everyone, from now on, you've got to try and watch your language.
That makes sense. That's right.
In that show, we said that can no longer be uttered. And so now, even if we probably could start saying in the show all the time now, but in our world, in the South Park universe, you can't say that word. So now we're kind of